Hello and welcome back to the site. If you're new here, my name is Brian. I'm an English antique dealer living in Normandy in France, and we are just going to show you a few of the things that we picked up on our travels this week. Now we're starting this week with this fan that Tracy has found. You getting that well, Tracy?
Yeah, I'm not going to move it because it's absolutely shot to pieces. Don't touch it!
Oh, go on then. What do we know about this fan, dear?
It's 19th century.
Yes.
Hand painted. And I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up.
This is silk, yes?
Yeah, leave it! But the tiny little sequins are star-shaped. They're absolutely beautiful. Hand painted with bone framework.
And yeah, bones. This is a project for you, isn't it, dear?
Yeah, I mean...
That's a restoration job.
To be quite honest, I'd like to have it restored properly, but let's just see.
Cost a fortune, I
yeah,
think.
I know, but it's such a nice piece.
Yeah.
It deserves.
So that's 19th century.
Yeah, it needs stabilising, that's the trouble.
Yeah. No, the feeling. Now, what about this? Do you want to go into this fan
Bring that
here?
one over because I don't want to move
This
it.
is another fan that Tracy has found this week.
Please excuse the sniffing, it's extremely cold today. My hands are so cold I can't even feel my fingers.
Okay, what do we know about this fan then, Tracy?
This fan is by Mayer Mace. Have I got that the right way around? Is it Mace Mayer or Mayer Mace?
I don't know.
I think it's Mayer Mace.
Paris
it is
maker.
signed. It's a Paris maker. It
Yeah.
is signed, but it's so... You can only see it. I just caught the signature in the light. It only works when you turn it one way, and it has to be fairly dark just to catch the light. So the camera probably won't pick it up. We'll try and get it later and just slip it in there. But
We'll zoom
it's
in, zoom
hand
in.
painted.
You can see the little figures are hand painted.
And then the skirt of the lady is another piece of silk that's been added, and the same with the gentleman's coat, and all the rest is hand painted.
Now,
The fretworks, not fretwork, if you...
the little arms, they're wooden, aren't they?
Yes, they're wooden, but they were gilded at one time, but I think with the sweat from your hands is obviously rubbed and worn away the gilding.
It's big, it's a very large one.
They were quite big. Victorian, Edwardian times, the fans were quite big.
And do you know anything about the language of fans? There's all kinds of messages, aren't
yes, there are.
Like,
Not the sort of messages I know, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, it's a subject all of its own, isn't it? But this one's actually in quite good condition. It's got a red toggle at the bottom,
But
which
you found
and
this.
usually is still intact.
This is a little bargain, wasn't it? You got this for literally a few euros.
Yeah,
But you've seen them on.
I think because what had happened was somebody had some fans they were selling, some very modern, cheap. How can I say it?
cheaper fans.
Yes,
And this was mixed in the lot.
and this was mixed in.
In the job lot.
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
And this was actually a very nice one. The former one, the little one that's in pieces, that didn't come with it.
No. We've had
yeah,
a few over the years, haven't we? We used to.
Fans are often overlooked because people do just tend to think it's a
Yeah.
modern,
It's
and
not-
it couldn't possibly have survived that long. And to be honest, a lot of people aren't interested in fans, but there's a whole really interesting history to fans, and it's
a lot to learn.
It's a
I
real
need to learn my
shame.
messages.
Yes, it's a real
Advance will
shame
go
because
away.
they are overlooked. They're a good thing to collect. You can
Yeah.
get special display boxes in a fan shape, which are beautiful in their own right. The old ones are lovely.
Some of those 18th century fans, they get some
Yeah.
colossal money,
They
don't
get
they?
some colossal money, thousands.
But this one, you saw one similar on, was it Christie's or?
Yeah, there's one on Christie's.
That
It
was a
was
few
an
hundred.
estimate 1 to 200. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's nice to collect because you like something, not because it's
Yeah.
worth money.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise you're
Are you trying
scared to touch them or do anything with them. So it's nice to collect them because you
Are you
like
trying
them.
to tell me this is a pilfered piece?
Yes, it probably is. Because you sold some of my other fans.
Oh, well, there we go. So, interesting. Fans. There we are. Let's put that down. I won't try and put it back
No.
together because I'll get told off
Don't touch it.
for doing it wrong. Okay, what else have we found this week? I went to auction this week. I haven't been to auction for a long time, and I really missed going to the auction, so that was great. That was a little art auction. I bought quite a few paintings. I've brought a couple out just to show you. This one is a little watercolour.
No, it's got to be up straighter. I'm just getting a reflection.
Like that.
Yep, that'll be
Quite a
fine.
nice little watercolour, that.
Yeah, the frame's quite nice on this too.
This is an old frame, but I think it's been over painted at some point, but it's quite heavy.
Horse in the background. Yes, it's nice, isn't
Quite
it?
a heavy frame.
Very nice
quite
frame. Someone has painted it, unfortunately.
Quite a
Been
dinky little
overpainted.
watercolour. I'm not going to... It's got board on the back holding the paper in place. I'm not going to try and take that off to see if there's a signature. It'll be sold like that. There could well be a signature down in the corner, but it's quite a nice little thing. Ready to go straight on the
Yeah,
wall.
the colours are nice, aren't they? I think that's why someone's painted the frame, haven't they?
To match
They've toned it in to go with the...
Yeah, I think that is a 19th century frame, actually. But no date or signature on the painting, so we don't know anything more about
I
the
saw a
picture
very
itself.
nice picture today, and it wasn't so much the picture, it was actually the frame that was really nice. But I wanted them to stay together, so I didn't get it. But the frame was lovely. It was an old one, but really, really simple and very nicely gilded. I mean, it was a beautiful frame.
I do love old frames.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they're better than the pictures, isn't
Yeah. Let's put him down there. I'll sort of show these paintings while we're on paintings. I love these. These are oils on board.
I've got to change hands now. It's freezing.
It's not that cold.
Oh, it is.
Brace up. It's a lovely spring day. Here we have a lovely pair of oil on boards. These are probably mid-century. Beautifully painted, I think. I love especially this one here. I think it's really beautiful. See how the artist sort of draws you into it. Lovely colours, don't you think, Tracy?
Yeah, nice colours.
And that one also a beautiful painting. They are on board, as you can see, and unfortunately they're not signed, but they're going to be by the same artist. I bought them as one lot. They were in a lot together, and they're exactly the same size board. So I mean, you can see by the style of the painting as well that that's going to be the same artist. But I think they're really, really charming. Lovely pictures. Back a bit, she tells me. So you getting them?
Yep.
Yeah. Shame there's no signature. It makes life so much easier when the artist signs and dates. That really is helpful. But the style and the board, the age of the board, I'd say they're probably mid-century, 50s, 60s, around that sort of period. So, nice paintings. Let's move on now to... Tracy, you found this today, didn't you? Mm-hmm. This is what is called in France a vide poche, which means empty pocket. And that is for putting little bits and bobs in, really.
Coins out of your pockets.
That sort of thing, yeah. This one is Art Nouveau, very, very high Art Nouveau. You can see, if you come in and have a good look at that, Tracy. That's a really beautiful Art Nouveau piece. This is in bronze. It's a nice weight. It's a real quality piece.
It's got a good patina on the back as well, hasn't it? Wow, no one's cleaned it so far.
Beautiful lady. What's she holding there, Tracy? Is that a starfish down there? Are you getting it on the camera?
Starfish.
Starfish.
Shells, and she's got she's got all shells in her hair, so she must be from the sea.
Yeah, there's a little bird over there, look. Little bird in the corner. It's a beautiful thing, and you can see how it's patinated over the years. We were talking, I think, last week about brass and bronze, and we were shining up the brass candlesticks, but never touched bronze. And I know you'd like to get your claws on this and shine it up, wouldn't you, Tracy?
I know. It's
But I've
just
forbade it. I think with bronze, you want to leave it with its pattern. That's developed over 100 or so years.
yeah.
Lovely weight. Really high Art Nouveau, that piece. I want to do a thing someday
The
on...
thing is, there's the big debate, isn't there? Clean, don't clean. Don't clean, clean.
Well, it's you can do what you like with it
It's your own piece, yeah.
if it's your own piece.
It's,
but
I know when you've got statues, it's just like it devalues them so much.
the brown.
If you take a bronze statue of an animal or a person or something, and you clean it, it really does knock
does
money
devalue
off,
it
lots of
massively,
money.
yeah. And because that takes hundreds of years to get that patination, so you can't just put it back on; it's gone.
No, but if I had a piece like that, I would clean it.
Yeah, well, you can't. So that's
Yeah,
that.
I know. Well, it's
That's the end of that. Well, I love that. You found that. Well done.
Yeah, it's
good
nice.
find that. I must have missed it.
It was hidden away.
Beautiful. And sometimes they do have a signature. I've had a look over this one. You know, sometimes in the little corners you might find a little signature, but I can't see one there.
Great for anyone who likes mermaids.
Sea turtles,
Yeah.
pirates. There we go. That's a lovely little bit of Art Nouveau. Now these are interesting and heavy. I thought anyone who's into what's recreation? What's that word?
Cosplay,
Reenactment. Reenactment. If you're
LARPing, live action.
if you're into
replay.
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, that sort of thing. Vikings, of course. A lot of Vikings around Normandy.
A lot of medieval knights.
Every other person's a Viking around here, aren't they? These are little
That's a good
pewter,
thing, though.
little pewter dishes, little
Drink
plates,
coasters.
and you could have these as little coasters. Yeah. Get back. But I think they're really fab. These little things. Don't you think they'd be great for reenactment? 6. So you've got a little table in your little reconstructed inn. You can have these in your tavern.
You mean at your big table when you're having a feast? That's
Yeah.
what you mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can have your butter beers on there,
But
Tracy.
then they have big. They drink out of horns, though, Vikings, don't they?
Yes.
I
And
don't know
you
what it
can't
is
put
in-
them down, can you?
I
So
don't
you've
know
got to
what
drink
it is
it.
in
You've got to drink it all because you can't put your
Games
horn
of
down.
Thrones. Game of Thrones.
I've
'cause
never
we've
seen
never
it.
seen it, have
No.
we?
No, I've never seen that.
We turned on once and they were all killing each other and we turned off. But then we used to say that about...
Yeah, it says someone who watches Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, says, yes, I do like that.
Yes.
But that's a bit too violent as well.
There's no markings on these. The age, it's difficult, but they are heavy. Now, older pewter is heavier, isn't it? It has a higher lead content, so you often find the old pewter is quite heavy, and these are very heavy. So interesting pieces. Often on pewter you do get little marks
They
on the
are
back.
quite heavy, actually.
They are, aren't they? But I think they're quite charming, those. 6 of them, a good little number as well to go around the table. So there we go, and they're
Cut
quite
your head off again, sorry.
they're quite nice in that they're all a bit warped and a bit worn.
Funnily enough, though, it sits stable on the table, that one,
does.
even though it's all wiggled up. Do they all sit stable on the table?
They're stable on the table.
Bizarre, isn't it?
6 butterbeers, please.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that reminds me, I could have one of them tonight.
There we are. 6 little pewter dishes. Very, very nice. Now,
Sorry, I keep cutting your head off.
we are in France.
Actually, that's a good point while we're on this subject. That people often think that antiques are too precious. If you're someone who is into fantasy genres, and people always think antiques too expensive, too precious, too old and stuffy, that you can't use them in your house decor, and that's absolute rot, because they are perfect for anything like that, because they are... I mean, there's lots of repro stuff anyway, but when you've got some of the old things, they have that authenticity that you just can't fake. You know, if you're into Victorian or vintage, there's no point in buying modern pieces when the real things are out there that you could have. I mean, you do have to be a bit careful with some of them. Look at the fan, you wouldn't be using the fan. But you could use some. Some fans are usable. Victorian fans, just need to be careful with them. But
I'm not sure I could sit in the restaurant with a fan, though.
no, but what I'm saying is, for people who love to do up their houses in a certain style or a room, you know, antiques are not... That's what they're there for.
Yeah, try
They're
and
not
use
just
them
for
if you
people
can.
who collect something and are going to pay loads and loads of money. Lots of antiques are very inexpensive, and the reparos half the time are three times the price.
Some of the furniture, that is frustrating, isn't it? You can buy beautiful Georgian furniture
I know.
in England and in France of that period, 18th century, for less than you'd go to IKEA for.
I know,
it's ridiculous,
really
and it's
sad,
so
actually.
well made. And if you wanted to go and get it actually made in that by a proper carpenter, it costs you thousands. But you can get it for like not very much at all.
I know, and it's a shame because, you know, when you do buy these pieces and incorporate them into your decor, it saves them. You end up being sort of like a little curator of your own little collection, and it's so lovely because you can add to these pieces all the time, and it's great. You know, people know what to get you for gifts and that, because you can say, look, I'm really into this style or this period or whatever, and it is.
And mix your styles, mix your periods up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should see our house.
Yeah.
Right.
The right mix.
We shall go on to the last thing today. Well, nearly the last thing.
Yeah.
Nearly. Now found this this week. I love this piece. This is painted on copper, and it's we believe, very, very old. I mean, they started painting on copper around the 16th century, I believe. And this is some kind of an icon. It's going to be a religious sort of icon, isn't it? It's painted on copper sheet, and it is of, do you want to come and have a good look? It's very naively painted. Now we think she may be holding an egg here. I
Which
thought
is
it was
a sign of the resurrection.
sign of the resurrection. I thought that was,
or symbolic of the resurrection.
I thought that was in a
say.
sort of nest, but you think that's
No, I think it's a dish.
a dish.
But you
can see on the head there the sort of,
yeah, and it does look like she's holding some type of floral fauna there.
maybe did you say lilies or something?
Yeah,
Another
possibly.
sign of,
It's something, isn't it?
this.
Some.
I absolutely think it's fabulous. It's got a lot of wear, but you can see a lot of wear and paint loss on it. But it could well be 17th century. I'd say it's at least 18th century. But what a fabulous little find. Beautiful piece.
And that's actually another point, my second point of the day. If you are using antiques in your house for your personal decor or collection, whatever, it's quite nice that you don't have to come in and start at like £4,000 for a carpet or something. You know, you can pick up stuff so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Perhaps you get something and it's got a chip or a crack and you can face that to the back. No one's going to see it. Only
I'll do a video on that one day, because I've got so many bits in the house.
Because we often keep bits that we can't let go that are too damaged to sell,
but
they have like an historic value, and
I've found
we
bits
just can't let them go in the skip. It's
found
just
bits with
horrible.
big chips on that you get for a couple of quid.
I've got candlesticks. Some of them have quite a bit of damage. Most of them are okay, but
they're the real thing,
a
and
few
it just
do have some damage.
adds to the story, adds to the history, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's part of their life.
We
isn't
love it. We love buying these old bits. Half the bits in our house are wrecked, aren't they?
Yeah, and only a quarter of that was by the dog
Yes.
or the cat.
Yep. So there we are. Beautiful little, I suppose you call it an icon, wouldn't you? It's a devotional piece.
It's a devotional piece.
Probably
yeah.
300 years old on copper. It would have probably had a little wooden frame at some point in its life, which is long gone. But charming, beautiful little piece. So there we go. That's it for this week. So we'll have a little...
Except for the hat.
Oh, the hat.
I've got
Sorry about the sniffs.
Yeah, it's so cold.
It is a bit... Tracy's bought me a hat today. Yeah, what do you think to that?
A very Gandalf.
It's like Dumbledore's gardening hat, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah, I might be able to use that.
Either that or it's Gandalf on his holes.
Yeah.
It's apparently a
fisherman's hat.
Yeah, from Martinique.
From Martinique.
What's it?
Which is in the Caribbean, I believe.
Yeah.
It's called a
Bakawa?
Bakawa.
Yeah.
Apologies if we're saying that wrong.
Bakawa, yeah.
Bakawa. Yeah, but
they're really cool though, aren't
it's
they?
not antique. In fact, it's a little bit
just
large.
Just a souvenir piece that someone's brought back.
Yeah, but I thought I could wear that around the garden.
How cool is that?
Keep the sun off my slap head. Got to keep something off me head.
You could put your sandwiches in the top. It's big enough. Get your dinner in there and a drink.
Well, thanks for that, dear.
Sorry, I'm wobbling the camera because I'm so cold. I'm actually shivering.
Appreciate the gift.
Good. I'm glad you do. That's your Christmas and birthday rolled into one.
Thank you. So there we are. That's it for this week. Now, what have we got to say?
Oh, the fire.
Yeah, the fire. We had the fire installed. Yippee!
Tasty warm.
And we're warm at last after 3 months of freezing to death. We are warm.
You mean after years of living with a wood burner that didn't work,
Yeah,
thinking we're putting loads of wood in, but there's no warm coming out.
We used to get more heat out of the telly, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was hopeless. So that's got, and it guzzled wood, didn't it?
Oh, jeepers.
This one
and
takes,
it only heated that room. It didn't heat upstairs at all.
Heated about a foot in front of it, didn't it?
Yeah.
But the new one is really good, and
Heats upstairs as well.
pushes the heat upstairs.
It's like having radiators on across the whole top of the house,
great.
isn't it?
And we'll put in a little bit of footage at the end of this video showing the guys doing it. They were brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah, they were really
They worked
good.
really hard.
Shout out to them.
They were there from, I think, about 9 in the morning till about 7. And
They finished. No, it was gone 7. We worked it out. They were 9.5 hours in the end because they had a lot to clean out of the old chimney, didn't they? When they took out the old, mad bird. When they took out the old pipe work, the chimney hadn't been cleaned and sorted out before they put the pipe work in. So they had all that to do on top of all the other work they had to do. They had to take out a concrete shelf.
It was
Which the old insert
They did
was
really
on.
well. They really worked hard.
I couldn't believe, and they cleaned up.
And at the end of the
really
day,
well
they
as well.
stayed on to explain and go through everything, how to
make sure we didn't light it like a campfire.
So that was good. We'll put a little bit of footage of that at the end. Missy's in rapture. She loves it.
Oh yeah, she hasn't spent so much time in, has she? She's in all the time now.
Yeah, basking in the warmth.
Saying put the orange on.
Yep.
And Bob Cratchit's been curling up on the settee as well, hasn't he?
He's enjoying it as well. Yeah, everyone's loving it. So we're well pleased with that. I know Maureen was very worried. Hello, Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
She was worried about us freezing. I hope your weather's a bit better out there, Maureen, now, because she was in snow blizzards, wasn't she, last time we heard? And if you remember last week, was it last week? I had the painting, and I said I was going to contact the artist, Robert Josset. If you take a look at videos, I think it was last week's one, wasn't it? And so I sent him a message and a photograph of the picture, and he got back to me, and it was really good to chat to him. And he's invited us out to Brittany to
one of his exhibitions.
To an exhibition. That's in Saturday in a couple of weeks' time, isn't it? So we're going to try and go and do that, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Be nice to see some of his other stuff.
Yeah. I might end up having to buy a picture though, that's the trouble.
I don't think you could afford it.
No, but we'll go and have a look.
You best not be wearing this hat, I think, actually.
I think he might like it. He might paint me in it.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you said, "Oh, Gandalf."
Anyway, I think that's it. I'm sure, is there anything else we have to add to this week? I don't think so. Well, we went to Mont Saint Michel, didn't we? We put a little video on.
Yeah, we did.
We'll link the video on the end of this video, if we can, of our little trip to Mont Saint Michel. Come and take a look. That was an interesting day. It was packed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it'd be like in July and August there, but crikey, the video doesn't show how busy it was.
It just doesn't. It seems to make it look deserted, and it really wasn't. We found it a little bit overwhelming, didn't we?
It's very, very busy, but it was a school kid holiday, wasn't it?
Hardly anyone around in Normandy, and it was just absolutely.
It was the kids' holiday time, so it was very busy, but really interesting place.
July and August, where it's just like.
Yeah.
Because they said they get over 3 million a year. We worked it out.
I think most of them are there on that day.
We worked it out that even if you average that out, it would be 8,000 a day. The car park only holds 4,000, apparently. So, and of course in the summer, we were there low season. So in high season, it's going to be more than 8,000 a day.
Yeah.
So
worth seeing.
It's definitely worth going. We're not trying to put people off.
Yeah, worth looking at.
I think definitely.
Well,
also it was nice because we climbed up the steps and the steep bit in the cool because it was a cooler day. Imagine doing that in a hot summer in July.
It's a lot of steps. Be warned if you go to Mont Saint Michel. It's a lot of steps.
Yeah,
worth
it's very
seeing.
steep as well.
But
the actual abbey
of a climb.
itself is amazing, isn't it? You could just walk around there all day.
Yeah.
Really.
So there we are. I think that's it. We've rambled on enough for this week. So I hope you enjoyed our little video. Please like and subscribe if you did. It will really help us. We sell our items on our Etsy shop, Secret Chateau, and we have our own shop, thesecretchateau.com. Come take a look. And we will see you next time. So take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
D'accord, il est engagé là. Ouais, je crois, ouais. On bascule, bisous, chez vous. Ça c'est bon, ça. On va le concentrer. Oui, ah bon, non, je pensais que c'était toujours comme ça, tu vois. Finger in the nose.
Just starting to snow. That's all you need, isn't it? Must be mad.
Oh, tu as vu cela? Ouais.
New machine. Right, for anybody watching our channel, here it finally is. It's been a long old day and it took them absolutely ages, but
What time is it they finished?
it's about 7:30, isn't it? They did a very thorough job and we finally have some warmth in the house. Fabulous. Happy, Tracy?
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Apart from they were telling me how to do all the lighting.
Yeah, and you never do it.
No, but that's a very French thing.
Yeah.
They'll always deal with the blokes, won't they? But there we go. There
Well, we
is.
know that our neighbours, he always lights the fire for her, doesn't he?
Yeah. That is our new Godin, and we are warm again. Yippee!